Welcome dear students. Let us continue with the remaining textual part of the chapter, the Ailing Planet, the Green Movement's Role. Our last passage we covered in the previous lecture was that the words of the Brand report. Okay, what did the Brand report cited about the declining health of our environment, the earth, that are we to leave our successors a scorched planet of advancing deserts, impoverished landscapes and ailing environment? क्या हम अपने आने वाली जो जनरेशन है उसके लिए ये सब छोड़ के जाने वाले हैं, जो कि एक ये जो अर्थ है it will be just like a burning sphere with deserts and deserts all around, the spoiled, badly shaped, deteriorated land parts, and the environment which will be completely polluted. This all we are going to leave for our coming generations? This was the question raised by the Brand report. Let us go ahead with it. And let me tell you that this chapter is full of quotes of famous environmentalists and the experts who have written about the environment, who have analyzed this deteriorating condition of our earth and the environment. So here is again one more, that is Mr. Lester R. Brown in his thoughtful book. Mr. Lester Brown is a writer who has written a book. In this book, The Global Economic Prospect, this is the name of the book, The Global Economic Prospect. You need to remember all these names of the environmentalists, the writers and the books penned down by them. Points out that the Earth's principal biological systems are four. So there are four principal biological systems. What are they? Very important. Fisheries, forest, grasslands and croplands. Fisheries, as you know, fishing. Forest, grasslands, from where the fodder for the cattle is procured, and croplands, mainly the land where crops are grown to gain the grain. Okay, and they form the foundation of the global economic system. So these are the four biological systems, that is fisheries, forests, croplands and grasslands, which are the four main pillars of our global economic system. अगर ये चार चीज़ें नहीं रहेंगी तो global economy will perish, okay, will collapse. In addition to supplying our food, these four systems provide virtually all the raw materials for industry except minerals and petroleum derived synthetics. Okay, so इन सब से, फॉर एग्जांपल croplands, fisheries, grasslands and forests, इनसे हमें अपनी जो नीडफुल जो चीज़ें हैं वो सब मिलती हैं. We get all our required raw material, whatever we need for supporting our life, we get from all these four sources. Apart from this, they supply the raw material, means कच्चा माल भी इंडस्ट्रीज को इन्हीं से मिलता है. ओनली जो पेट्रोलियम डिराइव्ड सिंथेटिक्स है उनको छोड़ के सभी कच्चे माल हमें क्रॉपलैंड्स, फिशरीज, ग्रासलैंड्स और फॉरेस्ट से ही मिलते हैं. In large areas of the world, human claims on these systems are reaching an unsustainable level. Means in most of the parts of the world, people claim these sources, these natural resources as their own. They say that they have their full right to exploit them, and it has reached an unsustainable level, means the level where they have shown their own concern. They are running a mad race for development, for their selfishness. They are not worried about the needs of the future generations. A point where their productivity is being impaired, और इस कदर इनका यूज़ वो करने लगे हैं कि उनकी जो प्रोडक्टिविटी है वो impaired मीन्स हैम्पर्ड, वो रुक गई है, और उसमें एक स्टेग दैट इज एक रुकावट आ गई है, एक स्टॉपेज आ गया है, hurdle has been created. When this happens, fisheries collapse, forests disappear, grasslands are converted into barren wastelands, and croplands deteriorate. So when the human being claims these resources to an unsustainable level, what will happen? Obviously, their demand, this exploitation will result in collapse of fisheries, जो मत्स्य पालन है, मत्स्य उद्योग पालन है, वो सब खत्म हो जाएगा. फॉरेस्ट डिसअपियर, forest will disappear and people have started converting the forest land into croplands. As you know, grasslands are converted into barren wastelands. There will no more be any growth of the grass or the fodder for the animals. They will be become barren, unfertile, and croplands deteriorate. And जो खेती करने लायक जमीन है, that also become deteriorated, that also become spoiled and infertile. In a protein conscious and protein hungry world, overfishing is common every day. सो जिन कंट्रीज़ में ज़्यादा प्रोटीन की ज़रूरत होती है वो ओवर फिशिंग करते हैं. मीन्स जो फिश है उसकी जो पकड़ बहुत ज़्यादा क्वांटिटी में पकड़ते हैं. मीन्स फिशिंग बहुत ज़्यादा करते हैं. एंड इट हैज़ बिकम वेरी कॉमन. दे आर नॉट कंसर्न, दे आर नॉट बॉदर्ड अबाउट इट्स फ्यूचर प्रोडक्टिविटी. दे आर नॉट बॉदर्ड हाउ लॉन्ग इट विल सस्टेन. They are just bothered about their own needs, their selfish nature. In poor countries, local forests are being decimated. Decimated means eradicated, vanished, in order to procure firewood for cooking. Poor countries, if you go to African countries, okay, Chad, Congo, in these countries, poverty is deep rooted. They don't have gas for their kitchen, okay. So they use the wood as a firewood for cooking, and that's why the forests are being decimated there. They have been reduced in a small number. खत्म हो गए फॉरेस्ट वहाँ पे. In some places firewood has become so expensive that what goes under the pot now costs more than what goes inside it. Means खाना पकाने के लिए जो अनाज चाहिए उससे ज़्यादा तो लकड़ी महंगी है. कुछ कंट्रीज में ये कंडीशन हो गई है. Since the tropical forest is, in the words of Dr. Myers, the powerhouse of evolution, several species of life face extinction as a result of its destruction. So this is Dr. Myers who has said that in tropical forest means where rainfall is quite more. If we take the example of India, then the northeastern states, 7 sister states, Arunachal Pradesh, Nagaland, Mizoram, Tripura, okay, Sikkim, all these states have heavy rainfall. They have the tropical forest patches. So Dr. Myers बोलते हैं कि tropical forest है, this is the powerhouse of evolution. Means they are the main points, main sources of generation and supporting of the animals, different species, living creatures. वहीं पे इन सब का ये उद्गम स्थान है, वहीं पे इनका जन्म होता है और वहीं पे ये पनपते हैं. यू नो दैट जो डेंस जंगल होते हैं, ट्रॉपिकल फॉरेस्ट होते हैं, उन्हीं में जंगली जानवर आपको ज़्यादा मिलेंगे. सेवरल स्पीसीज ऑफ लाइफ फेस एक्सटिंक्शन एज ए रिजल्ट ऑफ इट्स डिस्ट्रक्शन. सो बहुत सारे ऐसी स्पीसीज हैं, प्रजातियां हैं जीव जंतुओं की जो कि अभी ख़त्म होने की कगार पे हैं, बिकॉज जंगलों का डिस्ट्रक्शन हो रहा है. वहाँ से जो फॉरेस्ट है वो. It has been well said that the forest precede mankind, deserts follow. Somebody has rightly said that before we came on this earth there were forests all around, but after we leave this world the deserts will prevail this earth. The world's ancient patrimony of tropical forest is now eroding at the rate of 40 to 50 million acres a year. So the tropical forests are being considered as the ancestral patrimony or the ancestral property which we inherited from our ancestors, forefathers, that is eroding at a fast rate, that is vanishing at a fast rate, and that is 40 to 50 million acres in a year. So 40 to 50 million acres of the tropical forest is vanishing every year, and the growing use of dung for burning deprives the soil of an important natural fertilizers. Also the dung, animal waste, which was used as a natural fertilizers to increase the fertility of our soil, has been converted into a burning material. Means the people have started making the discs of the dung and they burn it as a fuel in spite of using it as a natural fertilizers. The World Bank estimates that a 5-fold increase in the rate of forest planting is needed to cope with the expected fuel wood demand in the year 2000. So dear students, as you know that Naini Palkhiwala published this article in 1994. That time World Bank estimated that 5 times. Whatever plants were planted at that time to cope with the increasing pollution by 2000, at least 5 times of that number was required to be planted. उस समय 5 गुना ज़्यादा पौधे लगाने थे. As on date, now we are in 2020. You can understand how many times we need to plant the new saples. James Peth, the president of the World Resources Institute, said the other day, we were saying that we are losing the forest at an acre a second, but it is much closer to an acre and a half to a second. So this is another person, James Peth, president of the World Resources Institute. He said that we estimated that we are losing an acre a second of forest land, means 1 एकड़ 1 सेकंड में forest land खत्म हो जा रही है. But according to James Peth, this was 1.5 acre per second. Okay, 1.5 acre per second खत्म हो रही है हमारी forest land. Article 48 of the Constitution of India provides that the state shall endeavor to protect and improve the environment and to safeguard the forest and wildlife of the country. So Article 48 of our Indian Constitution gives us this right to protect the natural habitats, wildlife sanctuaries, forest areas, and this is power vested with the state, means the country. But what causes endless anguish is the fact that laws are never respected nor enforced in India. That is the main problem in our country. Whichever law is being enacted, that is hardly being followed by the citizens of this country. Either they are not followed or they are not being implemented, not being enforced strictly. For instance, let us take an example. The Constitution says that casteism, untouchability and bonded labor shall be abolished. Yes, this is being mentioned in our Constitution, that the child labor should not be there, means children below 14 years should not be employed as a labor. Untouchability should be abolished, casteism should not be there, but they flourish shamelessly even after 44 years of the operation of the Constitution. So since it was written in 94, so that time the author said that even after this was enacted, that is in 1950 our Constitution came into existence, after 44 years also these problems are still existing and rather deeply rooted in our society. Okay, and they are growing, even not constant, they are growing. Casteism problem, untouchability, bonded labor, these are at increasing level. A recent report of our Parliament's Estimate Committee has highlighted the near catastrophic depletion of India's forest over the last 4 decades. So this is a committee, Parliament's Estimates Committee, which has highlighted this concern that the forest land of India is near catastrophic depletion, means it is exhausting in a disastrous manner. बहुत स्पीड से खत्म होते जा रहे हैं लास्ट 4 डिकेड्स में, पिछले 40 साल में बहुत ज़्यादा जंगल खत्म हो गए हैं. According to reliable data, is losing its forest at the rate of 3.7 million acres a year. So this is the rate we are losing our forest land every year, 3.7 million acres a year. Okay. Large areas officially designated as forest land are already virtual treeless. So mainly जो हमारे जो फॉरेस्ट लैंड थे वो अभी ट्रीलेस हो गए, मीन्स उनमें बहुत कम पेड़ पौधे बचे हुए हैं. द एक्चुअल लॉस ऑफ द फॉरेस्ट इज एस्टिमेटेड टू बी अबाउट 8 times the rate indicated by government strategy. This is just a statistics, okay, that is 3.7 million. Actual data is 8 times. Now you can multiply it 8 times, so it will be almost 30, okay, around 30 million acres. Next is a 3-year study using satellites and aerial photography conducted by the United Nations warns that the environment has deteriorated so badly that it is critical in many of the 88 countries investigated. So यूनाइटेड नेशंस ने एक स्टडी एरियल सर्वे करवाया था बाय सैटेलाइट एंड एरियल फोटोग्राफी. ओके, सैटेलाइट से इमेजली और एरियल फोटोग्राफी की गई और उसमें ऑलमोस्ट 80 8 कंट्रीज को इन्वेस्टिगेट किया गया था रिगार्डिंग द फॉरेस्ट लैंड एंड द एनवायरनमेंट. सो UN report says that the condition of the environment is badly deteriorated. It is in critical condition in these countries, in most of these countries. Okay, there can be no doubt that the growth of world population is one of the strongest factors distorting the future of human society. Yes, growth of world population is the main concern behind the distortion of our environment, our human society, and the consequences we are facing. It took mankind more than 1,000,000 years to reach the first billion. So earlier the rate of population was that million years में, in 1,000,000 years में, the world population was just 1 billion. That was the world population around the year 1800. So 1800 में 1 billion population थी हमारी world की. By the year 1900 a second billion was, means in just 100 years second billion means 2 billion हो गई. 1800 ईयर में ओनली 1 बिलियन और नेक्स्ट 100 ईयर में 2 बिलियन. सो 100 ईयर में रेट डबल हो गया. एंड द 20th सेंचुरी हैड एडिड अनदर 3.7 बिलियन. सो 20th सेंचुरी में ये और डबल हो गई, 3.7 बिलियन हो गई. मीन्स एवरी 100 ईयर्स में हमारा जो पॉपुलेशन ग्रोथ है वो डबल हो रहा है. द प्रेजेंट वर्ल्ड पॉपुलेशन इज एस्टिमेटेड एट 5.7 बिलियन. Every 4 days the world population increases by 1 million. This is very worrisome point. Okay, कि हर 4 दिन में 1 मिलियन पॉपुलेशन हमारी इंक्रीज हो रही वर्ल्ड की. फर्टिलिटी फॉल्स एज इनकम राइज, एजुकेशन स्प्रेड्स एंड हेल्थ इम्प्रूव्स. सो दिस इज द बेस्ट कंट्रासेप्टिव. ओके, दिस increasing population can be checked, can be controlled if we raise our income, educate people and improve the health system. Thus development is the best contraceptive, and if we rise on the path of development, that can be the best step to check the increasing population. But check means to stop, but development itself may not be possible if the present increase in numbers continues. And you know, alone development is not going to work if the present condition, that is present increase in population continues. Okay, इसी तरह बढ़ती गई तो अकेला डेवलपमेंट से भी कोई काम नहीं चलेगा. The rich get richer and the poor beget children, which condemns them to remain poor. Rich people are becoming more rich. Okay, and the poor people are just producing more children, so they remain poor only. This increasing population of the poor people is criticizing them, is censoring them to remain poor. More children does not mean more workers, merely more people without work. That is correct. ज़्यादा लोग होना इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि ज़्यादा काम हो जाएगा. Rather, more people means they are without work, they are causing unemployment. It is not suggested that human beings be treated like cattle and compulsorily sterilized. So this is not required to do the tubectomy, that is the sterilization of the human beings just like the cattle. But there is no alternative to voluntary family planning without introducing an element of coercion. Yes, government doesn't have any other alternative rather than forcing them to do so. Okay, so ज़बरदस्ती ये आपकी जो sterilization है, is a process to check the family growth, that will be required by the government. The choice is really between control of population and perpetuation of poverty. So it is up to us whether we want to remain in the state of poverty, perpetuation means continuation, or we want to control the population. One thing we have to do either control the population or remain the poor. The population of India is estimated to be 920 million today as on date. This was in 1994. Today we are 1.5 billion almost, more than the entire population of Africa and South America put together. अफ्रीका और साउथ अफ्रीका की दोनों की पॉपुलेशन एक साथ लगा दे तो भी हमारी उनसे ज़्यादा थी. No one familiar with the conditions in India would doubt that the hope of the people would die in their hungry hutments unless population control is given topmost priority. Hungry herdsmen means their the place where they have taken shelter, they are residing. Okay, so कहता है उनकी जो उम्मीदें हैं वहीं पे ख़त्म हो जाएंगे जब तक अगर हम पॉपुलेशन को कंट्रोल नहीं करेंगे, पॉपुलेशन कंट्रोल को हम टॉप मोस्ट प्रायोरिटी पे नहीं रखेंगे. फॉर एग्जांपल समवन आउट ऑफ यू वांट्स टू बिकम डॉक्टर, इंजीनियर और IAS, IPS, whatever. So the population growth will be so high that the competition level will be quite more, and you will have to compromise with your aspirations, with your desires. You may not become so. It is better to control the population. For the first time in human history, we see a transcending concern. This transcending concern means anxiousness और worry, कि इंसान के दिमाग में पहली बार ऐसी जो है ना चिंता का विषय अपने एनवायरनमेंट को लेके आया था. द सर्वाइवल नॉट जस्ट ऑफ पीपल बट ऑफ द प्लेनेट, ये कंसर्न था. व्हाट वाज द एंक्सियस ट्रांसजेंडिंग कंसर्न, कि केवल इंसान का ही जीवन काफ़ी नहीं है, मीन्स केवल हमारा ही रहना यहाँ पे जरूरी नहीं है, बट द प्लेनेट, इस अर्थ का जिंदा रहना भी जरूरी है. दिस वाज द ट्रांसजेंडिंग कंसर्न विच ग्रू इन ह्यूमन बीइंग. We have begun to take a holistic view of the very basis of our existence. Holistic means all inclusiveness, means so far we remain materialistic. We thought only about ourselves, our selfishness, but today we have grown, matured, and we have started thinking about the other creatures also, about the existence of this earth, its health also. The environment problem does not necessarily signal our demise, it is our passport for the future. So जो environment जो खराब हो रहा है, pollution हो रहा है, ये केवल हमारे death का नहीं है. It is not necessarily signal of our death. Demise means कि हम मरने वाले हैं. It is our passport to the future. So this is our passport to the future, means if today we are taking care of our environment, we will remain healthy and our generations will remain healthy in the future. The emerging new world vision has ushered in the era of responsibility. So ushered means guide or escort. The emerging new world vision, अभी जो हमारा नया विजन है, नया दृष्टिकोण है, इसने हमें एक नए युग में जहाँ पे हमने अपने रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी समझी है उसमें हमें धकेल दिया है. मीन्स नाउ वी हैव बिकम रिस्पॉन्सिबल. दिस इज द टाइम वेयर वी हैव स्टार्टिंग शोइंग आवर रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी. It is a holistic view, an ecological view, seeing the world as an integrated whole rather than a dissociated collection of parts. Earlier, we remained dissociated, indifferent to the needs of this earth, its care. जो भी होगा हो जाएगा, हमें अब तो अपने से मतलब है. Today, we have shunned these thoughts and we have become, that is, we have taken a holistic and ecological view, integrated view. ओके कि सबको एक साथ लेके चलना है. इंडस्ट्री हैज़ ए मोस्ट क्रिटिकल रोल टू प्ले इन दिस न्यू एरा ऑफ रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी, एंड ऑफ कोर्स इंडस्ट्री इज मोस्ट रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर curbing the pollution and saving the environment. What a transformation would be affected if more businessmen shared the view of the chairman of DuPont, Mr. Edgar S. Woolard, okay, who 5 years ago declared himself to be the company's chief environmental officer. So this was Mr. Edgar S. Woolard, who was the chairman of DuPont, is the name of a firm. इसने 5 years ago ये डिक्लेयर किया था कि वो कंपनी का चीफ एनवायरमेंटल ऑफिसर है, CEO. CEO मीन्स चीफ एग्जीक्यूटिव ऑफिसर, बट उसने कहा चीफ एग्जीक्यूटिव ऑफिसर नहीं, मैं चीफ एनवायरमेंटल ऑफिसर हूँ. ही गेव ए बिग मैसेज टू द अदर्स ऑल्सो. कहते हैं कितना अच्छा होता अगर सभी लोग उसके उन विचारों से सहमत होते और उनको फॉलो करते उसी समय. ही सेड आवर कंटिन्यूड एग्जिस्टेंस एज ए लीडिंग मैन्युफैक्चरर रिक्वायर्स दैट वी एक्सेल इन एनवायरमेंटल परफॉर्मेंस. मिस्टर एडगर एस वुलार्ड का कहना था कि अगर हमें लीडिंग मैन्युफैक्चरर बने रहना है, अगर हमें ज़्यादा उत्पादन करना है, तो हमें एनवायरमेंटल परफॉर्मेंस में भी एक्सेल करना पड़ेगा. मीन्स हमें एनवायरमेंट को भी बचा के रखना पड़ेगा. देन ओनली वी कैन become the leader in manufacturing industry. Of all the statements made by Margaret Thatcher during the years of her prime ministership, none has passed so decisively into the current coin of English uses as her fallacious words. ये मिस मार्गरेट थैचर थी, ब्रिटिश प्राइम मिनिस्टर. उनके जो वर्ड्स थे, किसी ने भी इतने सुंदर वर्डों में अभी तक इंग्लिश में जो है ना इस तरह का कोई एक्सप्लेनेशन नहीं दिया जैसे कि उसने किया. फेलिसियस वर्ड्स. What were those fallacious words? No generation has a free hold on this earth. All we have इज ए लाइफ टेनेंसी विद ए फुल रिपेयरिंग लीज। सो किसी का भी इस अर्थ पे पूरा अधिकार नहीं है, पूर्ण अधिकार नहीं है, फ्री होल्ड नहीं है। दिस नॉट होली बिलोंग्स टू समबडी, रेदर वी आर हियर एज ए टेनेंट, हम इसको किराए पे लेके चल रहे हैं, मीन्स इट इज़ विद अस ऑन लीज, हमने लीज पे लेके रखा है इसको और पूरा रिपेयर करके इसको वापस करना है। मीन्स इसको हमें कोई डैमेज करने का कोई अधिकार नहीं है, अर्थ को हमें पोल्यूट करने का कोई भी राइट नहीं है। ये हमने अपनी नेक्स्ट जनरेशन से उधार में लिया हुआ है और उनको वापस करना है पूरा रिपेयर के साथ। व्हाट इज दैट रिपेयर? मीन्स रिपेयर क्या है एनवायरनमेंट का, कम पोल्यूट कीजिए, मैक्सिमम पेड़ पौधे लगाइए और अपनी जो रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है उसका निवारण कीजिए। इन द वर्ड्स ऑफ मिस्टर लेस्टर ब्राउन, we have not inherited this earth from our forefathers, we have borrowed it from our children. So लेस्टर ब्राउन ने कहा था कि this earth has been borrowed by us from our children, that is coming generations. We have not inherited it from our forefathers. हमने अपने पूर्वजों से इसको इनहेरिट नहीं किया है, उनसे नहीं लिया है, रादर हमने उधार में ले रखा अपने आने वाले जनरेशन से, चिल्ड्रन से। सो हमें उनको वापस इसको ऐसे ही इसी कंडीशन में लौटाना है। दिस इज आवर रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी। Thank you dear students, and in the next session we will discuss the questions and answers based on the question chapter. Thank you. Have a nice day.